Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of March 11th. You have this card that says, be willing to let go of everything you once thought to be true. And you have this card that says, if all you're doing is waiting for the really big moments, you won't value and appreciate the small ones. So it's time to start celebrating your small victories here, is what I would say to you. You have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. I wouldn't run away from any new opportunities that come your way. The thing with the, and again with the spider card, you owe every single reading I do for you, I swear you get a spider card, but Knight of Swords, he is going towards the past, this direction, and, I would say that you should not run away from any new opportunities that could potentially be coming in for you. So that's what I'll say there. You could be healing or forgiving a heartbreak as well. So if someone ran away from you, then you could be healing from that person, or you could be healing from that situation here with this energy. And I definitely do kind of feel that here in this reading. But let's see what is going on for you. Again, you have the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Six of Swords. I feel like there's going to be like a new opportunity that is coming in for you, and it could be surprising. You have the Tower here. The Tower is showing up in the good stuff, so wouldn't really worry about it. I definitely feel like there's going to be, there are going to be plenty of global Tower moments happening as well. Everybody gets a Tower, so it doesn't really surprise me, but again, it's showing up in the good stuff. So this could be a surprise that, either a person is interested in you, or, there could just be a passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So you could be totally releasing one thing so that you can start or have something else in your life. And I feel like that would be a good idea with the Ace of Wands, is that, again, you could be releasing one thing so that you can have something else that's better. And, again, I thought I was going to get more there, and I didn't. So we're just going to move on from it and pretend like that didn't happen. You have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is, again, letting go of one thing so you can move on to calmer shores. The whole point of the Six of Swords is that this woman and this child in this boat, they are completely moving on. They are completely releasing the past, and they are just hoping that they get to calmer shores on the other side. So they're just hoping for, it's like the hopes of a brighter future, and but they don't actually know if they're going to have a brighter future on the other side. They are, but they don't know that. And so I feel for a lot of you that you could be moving on from things or releasing things, and it's like you're just bringing those swords in the front of their boat represent kind of like the knowledge, the wisdom, the things that they've learned, and that's what they're bringing with them across the choppy waters. So they're bringing all their knowledge and wisdom. So let's see here. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Death card. The Death card can be a big transformation or a big change, and I do feel there are big changes coming in. The thing about the Death card is like the two pillars are from the moon, show up right here, and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. So it kind of says that, basically you're leaving behind a moon period. A moon period is a period where your energy is a little bit more withdrawn, or, maybe you are more emotional, or whatever the case may be. And it says you're stepping into a sun period, which is good. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Star card. Yes, this right here is a spark of inspiration. I would pay attention to any inspirations that you're having. I know that's a very general message, but if an idea pops out to you, or if you have a sudden insight or a sudden revelation or a sudden idea, I would move towards those, whatever those ideas are, because this right here plus this is definitely like a sudden, spark of inspiration or spark of hope. The Star is hope and faith and renewal, and so I feel like there is a lot of hope, or there are a lot of good things coming in for you with the Star card, Taurus. With the Six of Swords, you have the High Priestess. Definitely time to trust your intuition. High Priestess also kind of encourages you to dream big. She has no roof over her head here, and the fact that she has no roof over her head says that whatever she wants to accomplish is, it kind of basically says that she needs to dream big, that there are no limits to what she can accomplish. If she sets her mind to something, she can totally accomplish it. And, no matter what way we go here, we go this way. Three of Wands is a card of expansion and growth. It's about dreaming bigger. It's about expanding your vision for life. The Hermit has the star in his lantern, and he's looking at that star, but he's like not shining his inner light. He needs to, as I always say with the Hermit, I don't think the Hermit is a bad card at all. It's a good card, but he needs to shine that inner light. He needs to, put something out into the world. So again, if you're thinking about creating something or doing something, or revealing something to the world, now is definitely the time. You have this seer card. It says, follow your intuition. You have a spider. It says, be meticulous and patient. And again, you always get spiders with me, which is weird. You're like the only sign that constantly gets a spider. So I would be patient. The spider is also about weaving a web. As I always say to you, Taurus, I think that the reason you constantly get spiders is because out of all the signs, I think that it's most important for Taurus to pay attention to the story that they tell. That means like the words that you use against yourself, the things you say about yourself, the things you say about your environment, like where you live and all that other stuff are going to be very important. Also very intuitive time for you. So I would definitely trust your intuition. You have the Three of Swords, the Three of Wands, and the Chariot. Three of Swords, I feel like you're healing from a heartbreak. I say that because, again, you have the Star. The Star comes up after the Tower, and, it can say that you had a Tower moment or a heartbreak. The Three of Swords is also about forgiveness. I will say I do feel we're kind of a little bit in a time of forgiveness, where if we can forgive something from the past and move on, then we're healing ourselves, and it's really important. I believe I always say that we're in heart-based time. I believe it's super important that we come from a healed place and that we do heal any heartbreaks that we've had, over the years. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, a card of expansion and growth. So I feel for a lot of you, this could be you expanding, or it could be something that's expanding into the world. Those three boats kind of represent your ships coming in. So I feel for a lot of you that your ships could be coming in at this time, or there is success coming in for you at this time with the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands kind of says you put work into something and now you're getting clues. That's really what I'm hearing. That's not what this card means, by the way. But that's what I'm getting off this card. Like if you've been working on a project, a business, an idea, I think that you are, kind of getting little clues that are saying like, move in this direction. So I would follow your inspirations. I would follow the clues. If you're working on a project and like one thing works, the other thing doesn't, I would, move towards what works and pay very close attention to what is working. You have the Chariot. The Chariot is a victory. The Chariot is success as well. So I feel like there are big successes coming in for you. I feel like there could be big victories coming in for you as well with the Chariot. So love to see it. I feel like that there could be a lot of success here with this energy. I also feel that you are like setting yourself apart. It's kind of interesting. I kind of feel like some of you, even if you're, 80 years old, you could find yourself, or 90 years old, you could find yourself over the next few years, like working on something like a project, a business, maybe just for fun, right? Like a hobby thing or something like that. But again, I kind of feel like you are setting yourself apart and doing something that most people don't do. With the Three of Swords, you have the Fool. I feel like you're kind of going this way. So it's almost like you're taking a leap of faith away from a heartbreak or something that has brought sadness into your life. So I feel for a lot of you that you're just taking a leap of faith in more positive direction in your life. And, I feel like you're ready for a new beginning. I feel like you're ready for something new. I really don't get much here. One thing I will say about the Fool is that he has these like tattered sleeves right here, and it kind of says that he has been on this journey before. So it's almost like he's starting again. His clothing is all ripped up, but he's going to go on a journey again. He's going to go from the Fool to the world. That's how the major arcana goes. We start with the Fool, we go to the world, then we start all over again. And it's like you're starting a new journey. And yeah, with the Three of Wands, you have the Magician here. The Magician says you have manifested something, probably a wish with the Nine of Cups. I think that the Tower is coming up in the good stuff, so that would tell me that, the wish is kind of like a surprise, like you're wishing for something and it's actually manifesting in your life, or you're actually getting it in your life. With the Chariot, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, it says that there is going to be a change in your fortunes, or that your fortunes are changing. So I just feel like your fortunes are changing here with the Wheel of Fortune, and, obviously this is going to be a good thing. Again, Chariot with the Wheel of Fortune to me is very positive. That is a definite that's a definite change in your fortunes, or a definite improvement. It's funny that I said the thing about doubling down on the good stuff, basically, because, I think that is the secret sauce with the Wheel of Fortune is, with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel is always spinning. It's a good card, but really what the Wheel of Fortune says is that we need to live at the center of the wheel here. When we live at the center of the wheel, we can see good stuff and bad stuff as it enters into our life. And what we want to do is we need to double down on the good stuff when it happens, and we need to take care of the bad stuff right away. So it's like if you get a bill, don't like hide it. take care of it right away. Even if you can't pay it, do something, right? Maybe you can pay a little bit. Maybe you can call whoever you have the bill with and you can, kind of set up some sort of payment plan or whatever. But, when you take care of things right away and then you double down on the good stuff, you're basically telling the universe that you're like serious, and then the universe will get out of your way. So that's what I would do with the Wheel of Fortune. Next, in the area of what's coming towards you, you have this unreliable card. It says you're struggling with finishing things you start. See, I think that if you're struggling to finish something that you're starting, it's basically saying that you don't really want to do it. And again, not a criticism. I just think that as humans, sometimes we try to force ourselves to do something that we don't really want to do, and it ends up hurting us in the long run. So I feel like this is more saying, like, don't force yourself to do things that you don't want to do. It says start only one thing at a time, start small, and believe you're a finisher. I definitely feel it's like a time to finish things. You have this emotions card. It says focused on your love life instead of work. I actually don't think that's a problem at this time for you. It says careful not to allow others to interfere with your work, which I do think is true. I think you need to put up boundaries, with this Nine of Wands. You have the Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, and the Hermit. The Nine of Wands says it's time to put up boundaries against people, in your life at this time. And so I think it's time for you to, put up boundaries against, people, places, and things that cause problems. I also feel that it's time for you to not give up. The Nine of Wands says it's time to give something one last chance. And if you do that, you will be successful. You have the Nine of Cups. You always get the Nine of Cups with me. I'm always telling you, Taurus, that I would be bathing in the energy of what you want. Nine of Cups is about being the thing that you want to be. It's like there is a certain energy that exists if you want to be something. And, basically it says you need to adopt the habits of what you want. You need to adopt the habits of something that you want to be, or you need to match the energy in some way. I always say that habits are pretty much the easiest way to do that. But, again, it could be anything. If you want to be successful, maybe, there are like certain books that successful people read. Go read those books, because then you're going to be in the energy of those people, right? So that's really what the Nine of Cups says, is you have to bathe in the energy of something you want. I do feel it's time for you to make a wish. So if there's something you're wishing for, I would make a wish. You have the Hermit. The Hermit, again, has that star in his lantern. I always say he needs to shine that lantern out all over the place. So I definitely feel it's time for you to, like, shine your inner light with the Hermit card. There's something that you've been through, something you've accomplished, or, there's just something you've been through. And the Hermit basically says that, it's time for you to share your story. So that could be like literal, like you're writing a book, or you're, starting a business where, like a social media where you share your story or something. But it could also be more figurative. Like we can share our story by becoming successful. Then it's like we're not really sharing our story necessarily, but people see us becoming successful. Therefore, we're like an inspiration. You have a star card being an inspiration for other people. And so you're kind of like sharing your story in that way. Like you're changing your own story and so then that way you are sharing your story. I hope that makes sense. Probably not. But there you go. With the Nine of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? So I feel you need to look at the work that you're doing, and I feel you need to say, is it worth it, what I'm doing? Or could there be a better or easier way? Or could I get a bigger bang for my buck if I did something differently? And that's what I feel like you need to do here with the Seven of Pentacles. With the Nine of Cups, you have the Four of Wands. Four of Wands is a card of marriage, of course. So if you're looking for love, there definitely could be love here coming in for you. I would say that the King of Cups is like a very emotionally secure, loving person. Like he's showing up in the good stuff as well. So obviously it's going to be the good version of the King of Cups. But I feel like you could be attracting a person like that. Does not have to be a water sign. Could be a Virgo with the Hermit. Could be any sign as well, general reading. You have Scorpio is here twice, Aquarius. It could be any sign. But the Four of Wands can be marriage. The Four of Wands is also the card of freedom. And you literally end with this horse spirit that says, freedom is yours. So you could be setting yourself free. You could be doing things that make you feel more free, like in work or business or whatever the case may be. So I do feel like there is freedom here. With the Hermit, you have the Temperance card. Temperance is about balance and creating balance, but it's really about turning your situation around. The Temperance card says you can turn a negative into a positive. You can also turn a positive into a negative, but I would go the other way. So make sure that you are focusing on the positive. And it also says you never know when things can turn around in your life. So you might be thinking like, oh, things are never going to change. I'm going to be miserable or whatever. But again, you never know how things can turn around in your life, or if things will turn around in your life. So I really want to, encourage you to try to get things to turn around. That's all we have to do. We just have to try. And again, it seems to me like there is a very positive turnaround here. Chariot and the Wheel of Fortune. That would be a very positive turn of events, and I feel that for you. Next, you have this Life is a Mystery card and this Horse Spirit that says freedom is yours. So life is a mystery. Again, I kind of get the feeling that there could be a surprise turnaround for you here, or, a surprise turn of events happening in your life where things, suddenly improve. I really feel that we are in a time where the energy is just catching up. So, I like to tell people, it's like, it might seem like there's an improvement coming in overnight, but it's probably taken like 20 years, And so it's like, it might seem like things are happening quickly, but really you've been working on this for a very long time. And the horse is about momentum and keeping the momentum going. So as good things happen, make sure to keep good things happening, right? Keep that momentum flowing. You have the King of Cups, the Tower, and the Eight of Cups. King of Cups definitely could be love coming in for you. Could be a surprise as well. So again, you could be surprised that a person is interested in you. I also feel like some of you could be moving. And again, you could be moving, and it could be very surprising that you are moving with the Tower. So the Tower can just be a move. It's showing up in the good stuff, like I said, so it's going to be good no matter what. And the King of Cups is a clue card. I have some cards in the tarot that I call clue cards, and the King of Cups to me can represent to me it's like the card of the home. So it can say that you're moving home, or that something is changing in your home, and I definitely feel that with the Tower. You have the Tower, the King of Cups. You have the Tower. The Tower can be a surprise. Again, it is showing up in the good stuff. Personally, I like the Tower anyway. The whole point of the Tower is that these people have been ignoring reality, and now they're being brought back down to reality, and they are seeing reality for what it is. So, again, really, it's not a bad thing. But, again, in the area of the good stuff, this could be a move. It could also be a pleasant surprise. We see a lot of stuff here about inspiration. The Tower has this lightning bolt, which can be like a light bulb moment. There could be like an aha moment or a light bulb moment for you this week where you understand something on a new level, or you gain some new insights on something that you could be doing in your life. And I feel it's going to lead to a lot of success. You have the Eight of Cups here. Eight of Cups is about walking away from things that no longer serve you, and walking towards who the hell knows what. A lot of people say he's walking towards the Nine of Cups. That could be true, but we don't actually know exactly what he is walking towards. It could be the Nine of Cups, but maybe not. But I do feel, showing up in the good stuff, that you are walking towards fulfillment, happiness. Good things are coming in for you clearly here, Taurus. But let's see. With the King of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, I kind of feel this. You could be attracting a person who's very free, and you are also very free. So, two very independent people work very well together. And I feel you could be finding yourself being more independent, more focused on independence. You could be more focused on being independent in your life. And you could be attracting a person who's more focused on being independent in their life. Nine of Pentacles is just really, grateful energy. So I feel there's a lot of success coming in for you. With the Tower, you have the Five of Swords. Again, this could be some sort of risk that is paying off. Again, this is going to be good no matter what. So there could be a risk that you're going to take because of some sort of light bulb moment. And, I would take that risk. It looks like it's going to pay off. With the Eight of Cups, you have the Hermit. So, again, the Hermit represents needing to shine your inner light, and showing up in the good stuff, that could say that you are finally shining your inner light. There could also be a Virgo coming in for you, like I said, if you are looking for love. So there definitely could be a solid, connection coming in here. You have this door. It says opportunities are waiting for you. Yes, opportunities are knocking for Taurus. So I would say any opportunities that come your way are there. I think the challenge for Taurus is that the opportunities that come in for you are going to require you to be bold, bold, assertive, and really going to require you to go for them. So I would be bold, assertive, really go for the things you want. You have this tent. It says temporary situation. So I feel that if you're struggling or going through anything, it's a temporary situation. You have this Weeping Willow. It says family sorrow. A lot of people have been getting this like family stuff. So again, maybe you've been dealing with something involving family, but I really wouldn't worry about it. I think things are going to improve. You have this Wind Chimes card. It says peace and harmony. So I feel like you need to focus on peace and harmony at this time. I really feel it's time for Taurus to take the lead, or to kind of like step up into a leadership role. Again, over the next like 2.5, 3 years, somewhere around there, I would say that over these next few years, appears that Taurus is really going to find themselves being more of a leader, or kind of standing out more in a lot of ways. And again, I thought I was going to say something else, but I'm not. Again, I would take the lead if you can. You have this apple. It says temptation will test you. Yeah, I would be careful of any temptations or anything that has tempted you in the past. You have this leg card. It says stepping into new experiences. Any new opportunities that you can embrace, I would embrace them. I would say any opportunities where you don't believe in yourself, like those are the things that I would really challenge yourself to face those types of opportunities where you maybe don't believe that you can accomplish something, but really actually you can. And, I think that pushing yourself in those moments where you get a little bit scared or nervous, or you say to yourself, there's no way I can do this or whatever, I think those are the moments where it's almost like the universe is asking you to shine. You have the Hermit, which says you have all this knowledge and wisdom. You experienced all these things through all these difficulties that you've been through, and now it's time to shine your inner light, but you have to be brave enough to do it. I think you are going to be, obviously, you have the Hermit showing up in the good stuff, but I think that will make you not only stronger, but it will make you believe in yourself, make you much more successful. So it looks really interesting. As always, a freedom card with you as well, Taurus, but looks really good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.